The road we're on is paved in Garth.
Come along on the journey
as we explore
Garthology.
Think of it more as a conversation. I like that. So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin. Showtime!
Hey everyone, it's Deb.
And I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess.
Welcome back to Garthology. Today, we're going to start a brand new series of episodes called The Ultimate Garth Draft. So, we all know how Garth has his Ultimate Hits album, right? Well, starting today, the three of us are going to build our own personal Ultimate Hits-style Garth album. But this is not simply, I'm going to pick my favorite songs and throw them on an album list. Nope. This will be like a war, a friendly war, but a war. So, as we all know, Garth is very particular about the slots that get filled on his albums. We've talked about that a lot in our episodes. So, to honor that, the individual album that we are each building will have 10 slots that we each have to fill. So those slots are opening track, hit single, cover song, deep cut, ballad, high energy song, story song, underrated song, wildcard pick, and the closing track. But now here's the catch. Once a song gets picked by one of us for our particular slot, it can no longer be used in that slot by anyone else. So it can be used later in the album, but it can't be used in the same slot. So this means if Pete takes my perfect opening track, the one that I just have to have, then you will hear me absolutely panic live on this podcast as I figure out something else, because we didn't plan this ahead of time. We haven't talked to each other. We don't know what we've picked. So honestly, I think this is going to be the best part of the episode. I actually hope we match a lot. So to make it fair, we will do this kind of like round robin style picking. So if Pete goes first and then Jess goes and then me, then in the next round, Jess will go first, then me, and Pete will be last. And as I said, we're going into this completely blind. We have no idea what the other people picked. So this is going to be fun and probably a little stressful. I'm not good under pressure. Okay, today we're covering only the first two categories. So opening track and hit single. All right, guys, let's do this. Category number 1, opening track. This is the song that opens our Ultimate Garth album. So it's not necessarily our favorite song, not necessarily Garth's biggest hit. This is the statement song. It's the first impression you get of this album. This is the welcome to my album moment. Okay, Pete, you've got the first pick. Over to you.
Song 1 through 10's The Dance.
That's not how we're doing this.
All right. That's not how it is. For track 1 and my opening song on my Garth album, I'm going with The Night I Called the Old Man Out.
Ooh. Oh, good choice.
Thank you. I wanted the album to start with a little bit of energy, but I also wanted to start with a song that means something to me personally. It always hits deep when I listen. It's a little upbeat. It's very emotional, and it tells a story I think that a lot of us can relate to as we grow up and we begin to understand our parents in a different way. It kicks the album off with a little bit of energy. It has some heart, and that's exactly how I wanted to start this journey. Jess, I believe you get song number 2. So let's see what you got.
Okay, so for my first track on the album, opening track of my Ultimate Garth album, I chose I'll Be the Wind from the Lost Sessions.
Ooh.
I chose this one because, again, like you, it has the pacing that I wanted. It has a nice moderate pace. I feel like it opens it up, not too slow, but a little bit upbeat. It's an uplifting song. It's hopeful. Has great accompanying vocals. Has Martina McBride on there. So I just felt like this was a great way to open the album with a song that I love. And those are the reasons why I'll Be the Wind made track number 1 on my Ultimate Garth album.
Very good.
Deb, what did you do for your opening track?
Okay, so what you all out there didn't see was I wiped my brow and I was so excited.
Yes, you did.
Because neither one of them picked my first song. So there will be no panic from me right now. So for my first track, I am going to open my Ultimate Garth album the same way that Garth started his double live 25th anniversary edition album. I am starting with Colin Baton Rouge.
Oh, this is a bold choice. All
Very
right.
It is right
Very
out of the
bold.
gate, man.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate. You guys kind of moderately were working our way into it, not me. I threw open the gates
Full
and
balls to
ran
the
right
wall.
through.
Just
That's
doing it.
right.
Yeah.
This song for me, it gets the party started in the best way possible. And so that's exactly why I picked it to start my album.
I love that.
Wow. You know what's crazy? I went back and forth between Colin Baton Rouge, The Night I Called the Old Man Out, and then a couple other ones. And I was like, that. I just kept going back to the one that I chose, to The Night I Called the Old Man Out. That is such a great song. So all three of those were, don't get me wrong, but that was just such a good song.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was looking forward to us battling a little, but
Yeah.
actually right now I'm kind of calm. I'm like, okay, good. All right, we got number 1 out of the way.
Yeah.
All right. Now we are going to category number 2, hit single. This is your album's giant song. The song even casual Garth Brooks fans know. The song that still gets played on the radio today. This is the song that belongs on an Ultimate Hits album. So for round 2, we're starting with Jess.
Okay. My number 2 pick, hit single for the Ultimate Garth album for me, is Shameless.
Oh, shit.
I love this song. And again, it kind of has a more moderate pacing. It's not as big as some of his ultimate hits are, but it packs an emotional punch. It showcases Garth's vocals in a way that few, if any, I think of his songs do. And it's one that I just love the most. And I also am looking at every one of these because my album, and I'll talk about it more as we go along, has kind of an overarching theme. So my songs kind of fit together to a certain degree. And so for the hit single, Shameless was hands down the one that I knew I wanted to go with. Deb, what do you have for your number 2 song?
So first off, I'm going to say that's very Garth of you. Like you have this overarching theme. I totally see that being a Garth thing, that's what he does. I unfortunately did not think that far in advance.
That makes 2 of us.
So good for you. Well done. So I feel bad for Pete. I hope I don't trample on him, but I will say I was super glad when you picked Shameless. Even though I love that song, we know, like that was my wedding song. We love that song.
Yeah.
But for my hit single, I picked Friends in Low Places.
Okay.
Shit.
I mean, come on. This is the hit to beat. Like, this is Garth's anthem. Probably his most well-known song and the one that solidified his place in country music history. So I'm super glad you went with Shameless.
Yeah, and this is the category I worried about because I was like, I think I'm okay, but it's a hit single. So I feel like that's a lot more specific than some of our other categories are going to be. So yeah, I worried about this one.
Yeah. Okay, Pete, it's your turn. Now, what is your pick right now for hit single?
You know, it's crazy. I sat back and I thought, I was like, wow, what's everybody going to pick? And I was like, I got to go a little bit, like, I can't make it obvious because there's so many more like categories to go, right? We got 8 more songs after this. So for track 2, I went with Two of a Kind, Working on a Full House.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
Keeps like building it. I've always loved the lyrics and the story. Obviously, again, the song tells a story. Garth is very good at painting very vivid pictures of two people building, a life or the song together, I guess you could say. Every time that I hear it, it kind of just reminds me of life. There's Two of a Kind, Working on a Full House. And Steph and I have built a full house when we were younger. And I don't know, I just like the song. I enjoy it. I think that it was it's one of those ones that whether you are a diehard Garth fan or somebody who's heard Garth a couple times, maybe on the radio or in concert, you're going to know the song and you're going to know the lyrics to it. I think it goes very well with that. So that's why I chose Two of a Kind, Working on the Full House for my second song.
Love it.
Very good. So this was a really friendly war.
Yeah.
There was no war at all.
Not at all. But you know what would be cool? And I know we didn't talk about it before, but maybe we've got a couple extra minutes. So I don't have a backup song for the lead off because there was no chance mine was going to get stolen.
Right.
But you guys had to have backups for 2 and 3, right? Or you guys had to have it for 1, 2, and 1 and 2. I had to have it for 2.
Yeah.
I had to have it for all 3. Because I was not going first in this episode at all.
That's right.
And I did multiple. I was like, I don't remember what order we're going in. I have multiple choices for everything to try to just be prepared.
It's very wild of me. I picked 1 because I only had to worry about somebody taking that last song.
Right.
But what if I would have picked both and you guys would have got both of those? I would have not had one ready to go.
Yeah.
I didn't think about
actually,
that.
I said 3, but it was only 2. But I had to pick. That's what it was. I picked 2 backups for each slot.
Oh,
in
wow.
case like in the first one, Pete picked my one and then Jess picked my backup.
Yep.
So I had to pick a lot of backups. But I would tell what my backups are.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. That'd be fun.
So for me, in the first slot, the opening track, my first backup was Standing Outside the Fire. And my second backup was Ain't Going Down Till the Sun Comes Up.
Man,
so,
you were nailing it on that first song.
Yeah, you were just going, boy, ain't nobody going to beat this one.
I was going for a banger from the beginning.
You know what? We're just going to take all of his biggest hits and throw them out there, songs 1 and 2.
Right?
And then for me, the second song, the hit single, I did come up with 2, even though I really didn't need to, but I did 2. And my backup, which I thought this is going to break Pete's heart, I thought if Jess picks Friends in Low Places, I'm picking the dance. I'm doing it. And I was like, if then Pete goes third, and okay. And then my other backup was The Thunder Rolls, because again, those songs are just hits.
Yeah, very, very good. Very, very good.
All right, Jess, what were your backups?
I only did 1 backup for these first couple of songs. Some of the ones later I did 2, but my backup for my opening track was She's Gonna Make It. That was a little bit slower pace, which was why it was my second choice behind I'll Be the Wind. But that was my alternate for the first one. And then my alternate for the second one, if I hadn't gone with Shameless, or if someone had taken Shameless, I was going to do Much Too Young.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
That's a good
one.
Yep. Those are good.
I kind of stuck with that whole, picture thing, because obviously I didn't have to do the opening song, but I had to do the second song.
Yeah.
I kind of stuck with that whole, open field and this house out there telling that story. I would have went with That Summer.
Oh, that's such a great song.
Yeah,
it's so good. Okay, so let's go around again and say what our first 2 songs were. So, Pete, you started off.
Yep, I had The Night That I Called the Old Man Out and Two of a Kind, Working on a Full House.
And Jess, what were yours?
And I had I'll Be the Wind and Shameless.
And I had Colin Baton Rouge and Friends in Low Places.
I can't believe how aggressive you are. You're just so aggressive here.
People are going to hear my album. There's not going to be any calm down.
They're going to have to take pre-workout and just go balls to the wall.
There you go.
Yeah. Fantastic. All right. Well, that's it for the first 2 spots on our Ultimate Garth Draft. We've only filled 2 spots and we still have 8 more categories to go. So listeners, this is where we need your help. Who won for opening track? Who won for hit single? What would your picks have been? And most importantly, which song in which spot would you be terrified that somebody steals before you can draft it? And next time we will continue building our Ultimate Garth album. More categories, more stolen songs, or any stolen songs at this point because we haven't had any, but there will definitely be more chaos. So thanks for tuning in for another episode of Garthology. Have you checked out our website at garthology.com yet? If not, stop by today and check out all of our past episodes. And remember to subscribe to our podcast on your podcast platform of choice. Hey, if you listen on Apple Podcasts, please stop by and hit that 5-star button if you like what you hear, and then write up a quick review to encourage others to listen. Then share our podcast with every Garth fan you know. That way you can help your friends in low places become Garthologists too.
Yeah, and speaking of friends in low places, if you guys are on social media, so are we. We are at facebook.com/GarthologyCast. We are on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and X at GarthologyCast. So if you guys have any messages to answer the questions that Aunt Deb threw out there about this episode, head on over, DM us. We appreciate the likes, the shares, and the retweets, and all of the support that we get on our social media. We'll hit you guys up there if you hit us up.
And as always, we release new episodes of Garthology on the 7th, 17th, and 27th of each month. So if you're missing Garth, come join us for an episode and spend some quality time with your fellow Garthologists as we relive the highlights of Garth's life and career up to this point and discuss the albums that have become the soundtrack to our lives. So until the next one,
thanks for joining us for today's episode of Garthology. And I'm Deb.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. And remember, love will always win.
Finish it! Finish it!
Bloopers.
I love you. I love you the mosty most.
Any songs get stealed?
Stolen? Stolen.
I think stolen. You were right.
I was right.